On a freezing February 11th, 2026, Madison Chock and Evan Bates held court at center ice inside Milan's Mediolanum Forum, exuding the raw power of undisputed monarchs. This wasn't just the nights closer. It was the curtain call on their entire careers. They had just delivered their Paint It Black free dance, a brooding, rhythmic tour de force melding classic Spanish flamenco with a fierce, futuristic edge. For those 4 minutes, the audience didn't watch mere athletes. They witnessed a visceral battle between matador and bull, executed with surgical precision. Every lift and twizzle racked up maximum level 4s across the scorecard. As the final note faded, the explosion of noise from the stands probably shook the cobblestones outside in the fashion capital. Then, the oxygen vanished from the arena as the monitors lit up, 134.67. Their highest mark all season, sure, yet it fell short. In a twist that sent shockwaves through the fandom already dubbed the Milano robbery chalk, and Bates missed out on gold, bested by the French squad of Laurence Fournier-Baudry and Guillaume Cizeron by a heart-wrenching 1.43 points. Social media instantly caught fire with hashtags screaming about a French judging scandal. Deep dives revealed a glaring gap. The French adjudicator allegedly gifted her compatriots near-flawless marks while hammering the Americans with low-ball scores. When victory hangs on a blade's edge, that tiny point difference hit with the force of an earthquake. For the 3-time world champions, that silver medal tasted incredibly complicated. After 15 years united, they finally snagged individual Olympic hardware, yet it came wrapped in controversy, with many believing the panel robbed them of their golden farewell. To grasp the heavy weight of that silver, you need to rewind through the 15-year gauntlet that brought them here. Chock and Bates weren't always a duo. Before partnering up, they were competitors. Madison, a Redondo Beach native, came from a creative mix with a Hawaiian flight attendant mom and a backup singer dad. At 12, she packed her bags for Michigan, laser-focused on one mission, securing the planet's elite training. Artistry ran in her veins. She'd draft costume concepts and choreograph routines in the margins of her homework. Across the ice stood Evan Bates, an Ann Arbor local and the 52nd person in his lineage to don the University of Michigan colors. He embodied the student-athlete ideal, juggling campus life with the punishing regimen of pro skating. The toll, both on the wallet and the body, is mind-blowing. Factor in the Montreal Academy fees, top-tier choreography and bespoke outfits, and a 15-year run at this level demands an estimated investment of $1.2 million, yet the physical price tag was far steeper. Back in September 2010, Evans sustained an injury that, by all rights, should have retired him. While practicing a lift with his ex-partner, Emily Samuelson, her blade sliced right through his Achilles tendon, total devastation. Specialists warned he'd be fortunate just to walk normally again, never mind chasing Olympic glory. After 90 minutes under the knife and 6 months in plaster, he had to teach his foot how to function from scratch. That brutal accident, combined with Madison's partner Greg Zuerlein retiring, created the perfect storm that united them in the spring of 2011. It wasn't just cash they poured into this. They sacrificed every bit of their physical well-being for those 4 minutes on the Milan ice. For their first 7 years together, they were the little engine that could of the skating world. Consistent top 10 finishers, sure, but always eclipsed by legends like Merrill Davis and Charlie White. 8th in Sochi, 9th in Pyeongchang, finishes that would crush most spirits. Then came 2018, and the script flipped. After that gut punch of a 9th-place finish in South Korea, they pushed all their chips to the center of the table. They uprooted everything, moving to Montreal to train under the genius tutelage of Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon. It sparked a career rebirth. No more ticking boxes for scorecards. They pivoted to pure visual narrative. That pivot unleashed a dormant artistry in both of them that stunned the skating community. Madison, leveraging her fashion design roots, took the reins on their visual identity. Suddenly, their routines weren't just competitive. They were breaking the internet. Remember the snake charmer routine? Madison's hypnotic, reptilian fluidity turned her into a worldwide phenomenon. Then, the Daft Punk set injected a sharp, neon-soaked electricity into the rink. And who could forget the astronaut and alien saga? A sci-fi romance that cemented their status as the sport's greatest innovators. By the time they touched down in Milan, they had transcended the definition of mere athletes. They were virtuosos, painting masterpieces on the ice. Yet, the element that truly captures the public's imagination isn't just the skill, it's the romance interwoven through every glide. For 6 long years, Madison and Evan shared the rink strictly as platonic partners, navigating separate dating lives and keeping their bond rigorously professional between the boards. Then came the 2017 season, and with it, an undeniable shift in the atmosphere. The spark finally caught fire. In a moment of pure candor at 30,000 feet, Evan confessed his feelings to Madison, a mid-flight revelation that, as he says, wrote the rest of their history. Their partnership blossomed beyond the rink, leading to a shared life in Montreal, complete with their 2 beloved toy poodles, Stella and Henry. In June of 2024, they sealed their union with a breathtaking seaside wedding in Waikiki, Hawaii. Returning to the land where Madison's parents were born and raised made the celebration a profound fulfillment of a lifelong dream. Their skating mentor officiated the vows, which included a traditional lei exchange, a symbolic weaving together of 2 souls into a unified force far stronger than its separate parts. So, when they skated onto the ice in Milan, they did so as history makers, the very first married couple to represent the United States in Olympic figure skating. That deep personal tether fundamentally altered the mechanics of their movement, a shift clearly visible in the intensity of their paint-it black routine. An absolute, unspoken trust empowers them to execute gravity-defying lifts and transitions that would be physically unfeasible for partners lacking such a profound shared past. They aren't merely acting out a connection for the judges. They are literally living it, breath by breath. Watch Madison fly into Evan's embrace during their trademark curve-to-curve lift. You won't spot a microsecond of doubt because she is entrusting her safety to the man who has held her heart and life in his hands for 15 years. Now, we need to discuss the sheer technical audacity of their swan song Olympic performance. For the 2026 season, Madison Chock decided to gamble everything on a bold, creative vision. She personally designed the attire for their painted black number, crafting a sweeping, blood-red skirt intended to be wielded like a matador's cape mid-performance. Their coaches, Patrice and Marie France, were initially petrified by the concept, knowing that in the velocity-driven arena of ice dance, excess fabric is a deadly trap. One caught blade during a spin, or a single tangle during a stationary lift, could lead to a catastrophic season-ending disaster. Madison had to master the art of choreographing the cloth itself while hurtling across the ice at 30 miles per hour on a razor-thin steel edge. They enlisted a flamenco virtuoso straight from Madrid to drill them on the staccato rhythms, instilling in them the sharp, percussive intensity of a matador staring down a charging bull. By the time they hit Milan, that skirt acted as a third partner on the ice, generating a visual drama that no rival duo could hope to duplicate. Their complex combination lift raked in a massive program high of 15.29 points. It was a technical tour de force that, by all rights, should have locked down the gold medal. Even though they walked away with silver, Madison's daring design has etched itself into history as one of the most iconic and perilous costumes ever seen on Olympic ice. She demonstrated that one can be both a supreme athlete and a fashion visionary, willing to gamble personal safety to achieve the perfect aesthetic. While the individual gold slipped through their fingers by the narrowest of margins, Evan Bates received a distinction that far outweighs any score on a board. On Friday, February 20th, 2026, his fellow Team USA athletes selected him to carry the flag at the Milan closing ceremony. He shared this prestigious duty with none other than hockey icon Hilary Knight. The instant Madison revealed the news to him, surrounded by their cheering teammates, turned into an immediate viral sensation. Evan was visibly overcome with emotion, weeping as the magnitude of the tribute sank in. He became the first figure skater to lead the American delegation in an Olympic ceremony since Scott Hamilton in 1980, a nod to his astounding endurance in the sport. Evan Bates stands alone as the first American figure skater to compete in 5 Winter Games: Vancouver, Sochi, Pyeongchang, Beijing, and finally, Milan. After spending 20 years donning the Team USA tracksuit, his peers ensured his final march would be right at the front of the procession. He departs Italy carrying 3 career Olympic medals, including 2 team gold victories and 1 individual silver, tying him with titans like Nathan Chen and Merrill Davis for the most decorated record in U.S. figure skating history. So, have we reached the final curtain? During their exit interviews in Milan, Madison and Evan were in a deeply contemplative mood. Though they haven't uttered the word retirement officially, they described their career trajectory as a complete, beautiful voyage. Their trophy case boasts 3 world championships, 8 Grand Prix titles, and 7 national championships. Truly, they have nothing left to prove to anyone. For Madison Chock and Evan Bates, Success in 2026 isn't measured by a distinct gap of 1.43 points. It is defined by the reality that after 15 years of battling through severed Achilles tendons, crushing falls, and judging controversies, their hands remain firmly clasped. They prove to the world that a partnership can be more than a job, it can be a sanctuary. That gold medallion might sit in a French cabinet, but the epic saga of Chock and Bates is now etched into eternity. They secured far more than mere metal. They championed a 15-year love affair that captivated the soul of the globe. The Matador has taken her last curtain call, the Bull has found his quiet, and the wedded royals of Milan are finally heading home.